As a follow-up to my video on some of the top monthly dividend ETFs, today I'm going to talk to you about some of the best monthly dividend stocks. These stocks are not only going to pay you dividends on a monthly schedule, but they're also currently crushing it with their PE ratios and dividend yields. So let's get down to business and check out these money-making machines. First up, we have Realty Income, which trades under the ticker symbol O. With a PE ratio of about 43 and a dividend yield of 4.93%, this real estate investment trust, or REIT, owns and manages a diverse portfolio of commercial properties across the United States. Realty Income has a long history of paying consistent monthly dividends and has increased its dividend payout for a whopping 51 consecutive years. That's longer than many of us have been alive. While its PE is higher than some of the others in my list, take a look at that long-term chart. Next, let's take a look at STAG Industrial, which trades under the ticker symbol STAG. STAG Industrial is another REIT and currently has a PE ratio of 33.6 and a dividend yield of 4.38%. It specializes in single-tenant industrial properties and has a solid track record of monthly dividend payments. Looks like you can also get a little growth on top of that dividend yield. Moving on, we have Main Street Capital Corporation, which trades under the ticker symbol MAIN, or MAIN, with a PE ratio of 12.36 and a dividend yield of 6.71%. Main Street Capital Corporation is like the cool uncle that's always got a wad of cash in his pocket. This business development company provides debt and equity capital to small and middle market companies and has a diversified portfolio. Plus, with a PE ratio that's currently looking really attractive, this stock could be a great addition to your dividend portfolio. Now, let's not forget about our Canadian friends. Let's take a look at Pembina Pipeline Corporation, which trades under the ticker symbol PBA, with a PE ratio of 8.59 and a dividend yield of 5.94%. This energy infrastructure company operates pipelines and storage facilities. Pipeline Corporation may not be the sexiest stock on this list, but it knows how to treat its investors right. The company has a stable business model and a long history of paying monthly dividends. Moving along, we have Gladstone Investment Corporation, which trades under the ticker symbol GAIN. This one has a PE ratio of 9.34 and a dividend yield of 7.19%. This business development company invests in small and medium-sized businesses, and the company has a strong record of consistent monthly dividend payments and a diversified portfolio. Hey, if they invest in a company that creates the next big thing, can they hook us up with some early access? At number 6 on my list, and one of my personal favorites, is EPR Properties, which trades under the ticker symbol EPR. This one has a PE ratio of 19.87 and a dividend yield of 8.10%. This REIT invests in entertainment, recreation, and education properties. Here's a fun fact. They own the land and buildings for Legoland and SeaWorld parks in California. That's pretty cool. Last but not least, take a look at the Whitestone REIT, which trades under the ticker symbol WSR. This one has a PE ratio of 12.44 and comes with a decent 5.4% dividend yield. As you likely noticed, a lot of these monthly dividend stocks are REITs, or real estate investment trusts. These are like the Chuck Norris of the investment world. They don't pay taxes, taxes pay them. Okay, maybe not exactly like Chuck Norris, but REITs do have some unique tax advantages. First, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how REITs are taxed. Unlike regular corporations, REITs don't pay federal income taxes as long as they distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders in the form of dividends. The IRS basically gives REITs a free pass on federal taxes, which is kind of like getting a participation trophy on a spelling bee. But keep in mind that REIT dividends are also taxed differently than regular dividends. They're usually taxed at the investor's ordinary income tax rate, which can be as high as 37%, instead of the lower 15% or 20% rate that applies to qualified dividends from other types of stocks. While REITs may not pay taxes themselves, their shareholders could end up paying a pretty penny on taxes on their dividends. So are REITs a good investment? On the one hand, they can be a great way to invest in real estate without having to deal with the hassle of actually owning and managing property. Plus, REITs offer relatively high dividend yields, which can be especially attractive to income-seeking investors in a low interest rate environment. On the other hand, REITs are not without their risks. For one thing, they are subject to the whims of the real estate market, which can be volatile and unpredictable. Plus, some REITs carry high levels of debt, which can make them more vulnerable to economic downturns. And let's not forget about the tax implications we discussed earlier. So are REITs a good investment? As with any investment, it depends on your individual financial goals and risk tolerance. Thanks so much for watching my video on 7 monthly dividend stocks to consider. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel, where I'll make videos related to personal investing and making money with side hustles. All the best.